In this video, I will be showing you how to solve this simple geometry question. So this problem is a word problem. So immediately we should prepare to underline our important information. So a basketball player runs due west X feet to receive a pass. He catches the basketball and then moves due north 24 feet. If the basketball player winds up 26 feet from his starting point, what is the value of X? So, one thing that could be confusing in the problem is you have to know that runs due, it's just he runs in this certain direction. He goes west. So due is just another word for goes. So a basketball player runs west X feet to receive a pass. So he runs west X feet to receive a pass. He catches the basketball and then moves due north, from 24 feet. If the basketball player winds up 26 feet from a starting point, what is the value of X? So we've got all our important information underlined and our question underlined. Now, when it's geometry and it's given in a word problem, it's easiest to create a diagram. Just exactly what the question is asking. So let's do that. So we've got a basketball player runs due west X feet to receive a pass. So what we should do is we'll make him a starting point. Right? We'll make him a starting point. This is his starting point. That's a starting point. Now, he runs west X feet. So, usually on these problems, they'll give you a compass in the corner. So, west, north, east, south. So, he runs west, so to the left, X feet. So let's just say this is X feet. Actually, let me write that in a different color. So he runs X feet. And then next, we've got he then moves due north 24 feet. So now north is from this point, he now runs north, and that is 24 feet. And now, if the basketball player winds up 26 feet from his starting point, so 26 feet from his starting point, which is over here, so his starting point is over here, and so this is his starting point, and this is his current point when this sentence starts. So if the basketball player winds up 26 feet from his starting point, what is the value of X? So that means from this point, he's 26 feet from his starting point. So we know that this equation here is this big line here is 26 feet. Now, what is the value of X? Now, what's the value of X? So we've got a right triangle, right? Because it moves directly north. So with that information, we know that this is a right triangle. So this is 90 degrees. So now, what certain formula can we use when we have two sides and one missing side, and it's a right triangle? Right, Pythagorean theorem. We can use Pythagorean theorem in this scenario. So you've got two sides, but we have to find which is our hypotenuse. So the longest side, and it's a side that is across, our hypotenuse is a side that's across from the 90-degree angle. So 26 feet is our hypotenuse. hypotenuse. And now this is our short leg, and then this is our long leg. It really doesn't matter, you just need to know which is our hypotenuse to complete Pythagorean theorem. So remember, Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So let's label our a, b, and c. So we'll label this as, we'll label our 26, because that's our hypotenuse, that will be c. So this is c, and then this is b. We'll do our long leg as b, and then our short leg as a. Now, so now let's just plug it in, right? So we've got a squared, and x is our a squared, and we don't know that, so let's not graph that. Actually, we can. So just x squared, this shouldn't just be, our new equation is x squared plus b squared, and b is 24, so what's 24 times 24? That's plus 576 is equal to c squared, which is 26 times 26. So that means 26 times 26 is 676. Now let's combine like terms. We can't do anything about x squared currently, but we can subtract 576 from both sides, and now we have isolated x squared, which makes it so that we can solve it. Minus 576. So now we are left with x squared is equal to 676 minus 576. That's 100. Now, how do we find x? We have to find the square root. We have to square root this entire equation. So we're going to square root everything. Square rooting everything. So that means we are left with x is equal to square root of 100. And what's the square root of 100? X is equal to 10. X is equal to 10. And just as a recap, what we did was we used a diagram. So we gave the basketball player a starting point. We gave him a starting point. And then from that starting point, he moved x feet west. So that's to the left. And then he moved directly north. So we know that it has to be a 90-degree triangle, right? And then that was 24 feet. So that was one side we're given. And then he's 26 feet away from his starting point. So that means our hypotenuse, the length across from the current point to the starting point, is 26 feet. So now the formula we use when we have two sides and one missing side, and it's a 90-degree triangle, so right triangle, Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then all we had to do was label our a, b, and c. So short leg is a, long leg is b, hypotenuse is c. And we just plug that in, and then we solve, as if it's a normal algebraic equation. So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to watch our future videos, and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you.